National Electrical Code Section 250.146 addresses grounding requirements for receptacles installed in surface-mounted boxes. This section stipulates that the provision does not apply to cover-mounted receptacles unless the box and cover combination are specifically listed as providing satisfactory ground continuity between the box and the receptacle. A listed combination for grounding purposes signifies that the assembly, comprising the box and cover, has undergone rigorous testing and received approval from a nationally recognized testing laboratory, or NRTL. This testing ensures that the combination reliably establishes and maintains a continuous electrical path to ground, crucial for safety and proper equipment operation. The purpose of this requirement is to ensure reliable ground path for receptacles mounted on surface boxes. When a metal box is used with a metal cover, there is a possibility that the connection between the box and the cover may not provide sufficient ground continuity due to factors like paint, corrosion, or loose screws. If the cover is not providing a good ground, any fault current could energize the cover, creating a shock hazard. When a listed combination is used, the NRTL has tested the connection between the box and cover to verify that it provides a reliable ground path. The code stipulates that if a listed box and cover combination is not used, a bonding jumper must be installed between the receptacle grounding terminal and the metal box. This bonding jumper ensures a positive ground connection regardless of the connection between the box and cover. In the scenario described, where metal forks for boxes and raised metal covers are used for overhead cord and plug fans within electrical metallic tubing, or raceway system, the specific question arises whether the installation complies with Section 250.146a. Given that the raised metal cover used is not explicitly listed as providing satisfactory ground continuity between the box and the receptacle, the installation is indeed in violation of 250.146 if a bonding jumper was not installed between the receptacle ground screw and the box. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, mandates grounding for electrical systems and equipment to minimize the risk of electrical shock and fire hazards. Grounding provides a low impedance path for fault current to flow back to the source, causing the overcurrent protective device, such as a circuit breaker or fuse, to trip and energize the circuit. Section 250.146 specifically addresses the grounding of receptacles in boxes, outlining the requirements for ensuring a proper ground connection. Several key concepts underpin this requirement. Firstly, ground continuity. Ground continuity refers to the uninterrupted electrical path from the receptacle grounding terminal back to the grounded conductor at the service equipment. This path is essential for safely carrying fault current. Secondly, listed combination. A listed combination, as previously mentioned, signifies that the box and cover assembly has been tested and approved by an NRTL. The listing ensures that the combination meets specific standards for ground continuity. Thirdly, bonding jumper. A bonding jumper is a conductor used to connect the receptacle grounding terminal to the metal box. This jumper provides a direct ground path, especially when the box and cover combination is not listed. Fourthly, 406.4c compliance. Section 406.4c of the NEC pertains to the installation of receptacles in boxes and specifies requirements for proper support and securement. In the given situation, the use of rock or metal forks for boxes and raised metal covers, without a listed combination or a bonding jumper, creates a potential safety hazard. If a fault occurs in the connected equipment, the absence of a reliable ground path could result in the metal cover becoming energized, posing a shock risk to anyone who comes into contact with it. To rectify this situation and achieve compliance with 250.146a, a bonding jumper must be installed between the receptacle ground screw and the metal box. This jumper ensures a direct and reliable ground connection, regardless of whether the cover provides adequate continuity. It is crucial to note that simply installing the receptacle in compliance with 406.4c is insufficient to meet the grounding requirements of 250.146a. While 406.4c addresses the mechanical aspects of receptacle installation, 250.146 specifically focuses on the electrical safety aspect of grounding. The NEC is a comprehensive set of standards designed to ensure electrical safety. Adhering to these standards is not only a matter of compliance but also a fundamental responsibility for electrical contractors and installers. Proper grounding practices are paramount in preventing electrical shocks, fires, and equipment damage. In summary, when installing receptacles in surface-mounted boxes, it is imperative to either use a listed box and cover combination that provides satisfactory ground continuity or install a bonding jumper between the receptacle ground screw and the metal box. Neglecting this requirement can lead to a violation of 250.146 and, more importantly, create a potentially hazardous electrical installation. To further clarify the application of 250.146a, consider the following scenarios. Firstly, a listed box and cover combination is used. If the Rocco metal forks for box and raised metal cover were part of a listed combination, specifically tested and approved for ground continuity, then the installation would be compliant with 250.146a even without the bonding jumper. The listing would serve as evidence that the combination provides a reliable ground path. Secondly, a non-listed box and cover combination is used with bonding jumper. If the Rocco metal forks for box and raised metal cover are not part of a listed combination but a bonding jumper is installed between the receptacle ground screw and the metal box, then the installation would also be compliant with 250.146a. The bonding jumper provides the necessary ground continuity. Thirdly, a non-listed box and cover combination is used without a bonding jumper. If the Rocco metal forks for box and raised metal cover are not part of a listed combination, and a bonding jumper is not installed between the receptacle ground screw and a metal box, then the installation is in violation of 250.146a. This scenario presents a potential safety hazard due to the lack of a reliable ground path. It is essential to consult the product documentation and listings to determine whether a specific box and cover combination is listed for ground continuity. If there is any doubt, the safest approach is to install a bonding jumper. In addition to the specific requirements of 250.146a, other sections of the NEC also address grounding and bonding. These sections provide further guidance on ensuring a safe and effective electrical system. Examples of these sections include 250.4, which covers general requirements for grounding and bonding, specifying the types of systems and equipment that must be grounded and bonded. 250.8 addresses methods of grounding and bonding, outlining acceptable methods for connecting grounding and bonding conductors to equipment and systems. 250.130 covers equipment grounding conductor connections, providing rules for connecting equipment grounding conductors to the grounding electrode system. 250.148 addresses continuity and attachment of equipment grounding conductors to boxes, ensuring that equipment grounding conductors are properly connected and maintain continuity throughout the electrical system. Understanding these related sections can provide a more comprehensive understanding of grounding and bonding principles. Furthermore, it is essential to consider the specific requirements of the local jurisdiction. Local codes and regulations may have additional requirements or interpretations that supplement the NEC. Consulting with local electrical inspectors or authorities can help ensure compliance with all applicable codes. In conclusion, proper grounding of receptacles in surface-mounted boxes is a critical aspect of electrical safety. Section 250.146 of the NEC provides specific requirements for ensuring a reliable ground path. By either using a listed box and cover combination or installing a bonding jumper, electrical contractors and installers can help prevent electrical shocks, fires, and equipment damage. Always consult the NEC and local codes for the most up-to-date requirements and guidance. When performing electrical work, it is always recommended to consult with a qualified and licensed electrician. Electrical work can be dangerous and should only be performed by individuals with the necessary training and experience. Failure to follow proper grounding practices can have serious consequences, including injury or death. In addition to the technical aspects of grounding, it is also important to consider the human element. Electrical safety training and education are essential for preventing accidents and ensuring that electrical workers are aware of the hazards involved. Regular safety meetings and training sessions can help reinforce proper grounding practices and promote a culture of safety. Moreover, it is crucial to use the correct tools and equipment for electrical work. Using damaged or improperly maintained tools can increase the risk of electrical shock. Always inspect tools before use and replace any that are damaged or defective. Personal protective equipment, or PPE, such as gloves, eye protection, and insulated footwear, should also be used when performing electrical work. PPE provides an additional layer of protection against electrical hazards. Furthermore, it is important to follow lockout-tagout procedures when working under energized electrical equipment. Lockout-tagout procedures ensure that the equipment remains energized while work is being performed, preventing accidental re-energization. By following these safety precautions and adhering to the requirements of the NEC, electrical contractors and installers can help create a safe working environment and protect themselves and others from electrical hazards. Remember, electrical safety is everyone's responsibility. Staying informed, following proper procedures, and using the correct tools and equipment are essential for preventing electrical accidents. Section 250.146 is not just a code requirement, it is a safety measure designed to protect people and property from the dangers of electricity. When working with electrical systems, always prioritize safety and follow best practices. This includes proper grounding, bonding, and the use of appropriate personal protective equipment. Electrical safety is a continuous process that requires ongoing training, education, and vigilance. By staying informed and following proper procedures, you can help prevent electrical accidents and create a safer environment for yourself and others. Remember that electrical codes and standards are constantly evolving to reflect new technologies and best practices. It is important to stay up to date on the latest changes and interpretations to ensure compliance and maintain a high level of safety. There are numerous resources available to help electrical professionals stay informed, including industry publications, training courses, and online forums. Participating in continuing education programs and networking with other professionals can also help you stay abreast of the latest developments in the field. In addition to the technical aspects of electrical work, it is also important to develop strong communication skills. Being able to clearly and effectively communicate with clients, colleagues, and inspectors is essential for ensuring that projects are completed safely and successfully. Good communication can help prevent misunderstandings, resolve conflicts, and promote a positive working relationship. When discussing grounding and bonding requirements with clients, it is important to explain the purpose of these measures in a clear and concise manner. Help them understand how proper grounding and bonding can protect them and their property from electrical hazards. Be prepared to answer their questions and address any concerns they may have. Similarly, when working with colleagues, it is important to communicate effectively about safety procedures and potential hazards. Encourage open communication and create a culture where everyone feels comfortable speaking up if they see something that concerns them. Effective communication is a key ingredient in creating a safe and productive work environment. In conclusion, mastering the art of electrical safety requires a combination of technical knowledge, practical skills, and strong communication abilities. By continuously learning, staying informed, and following best practices, you can become a highly skilled and respected electrical professional who is committed to safety and excellence. Section 250.146 It is just one piece of the puzzle, but it is an important one. By understanding and applying its requirements, you can help ensure that electrical installations are safe and compliant. Always remember that electrical safety is an ongoing journey, not a destination. There is always more to learn and new challenges to overcome. Embrace the opportunity to grow and develop your skills, and never stop striving to improve your knowledge and expertise. The information provided here is for educational purposes only and should not be considered a substitute for professional advice. Always consult with a qualified and licensed electrician before performing any electrical work.